Hello, guys. How we doing? Hello. I'm just going through my filters, looking for an interesting artsy one. Whoa, that's artsy. How's it going? Are you guys ready for Friday? I'm so ready. I just woke up from a nap, actually. Whoa. Look at that. I'm floating around in triangles. Wow. There are so many. Rachel and Kelly. What is that one about? I think there's just so many filters. You guys probably know more about this than I do. Whoa. How is everyone doing? Yay, Friday. Oh, there we go. What's this one? Oh, fancy. The dog. This makes my eyes look big and round. Any plans for the weekend, you guys? Oh, your brother is here. Hi, Rihanna. Hi, Abby. Hello. Long time no see. So nice to see your name. No, I haven't talked to your teacher yet. I need to get on that. Like, tomorrow. You know what? I'll be talking to her tomorrow anyway. So hopefully when I see her, it will remind me, oh, I have some friends who want to help out in the classroom. You know how my memory is. It's amazing. I remember everything. Wait, do I? You're going to play on your tablet this weekend and sleep in late. Hello, McKenna. You guys, McKenna is joining in. Do you see her name? She's not with me right now, but she's here. I see her. It's been a week. I know. And guess what? Hopefully it won't be another week. Tomorrow you're going to Helen's house? Oh my goodness, how fun. You're so sad that you moved to a different school. I'm sad that you moved away too, but I'm glad that we can still keep in touch like this. I hope that you're doing well in your new school. I hope it's awesome. I know they're very lucky to have you. Oh, I miss you too, Rihanna. I know any school is lucky to have any of you guys because I was so lucky. I am so lucky to have many of you right now. Oh, and Kaylee. Hello. Look at you. You remembered. Kaylee and her little brother and her extra little brother. Is that what I called him today? I said, there's your little brother and where's your extra little brother? You don't know about that? Oh, Abby, I know for sure. 100%. McKenna's getting some highs. You guys, I was so tired. I graded some papers and then I just kind of leaned over and just fell asleep. Oh, Mr. Bennett's in the house. Hello, Mr. Bennett. Thanks for joining. So, oh, look, now my family is saying hi to each other. Now McKenna's saying hi, Dad. And somebody's sending me some poop emojis. Thank you so much for the poop emojis. I'm going to take that poop and I'm going to build a doo-doo hut. Or some of you like, what do you mean, Mrs. Bennett? we read a biography and an autobiography. You guys might remember this. About the brothers who lived in Africa, and they lived on a farm, and they lived far away from school with their family, and they could only choose one family member to go to school. And one brother got picked to go to school, but he didn't want to go to school, so he hid in the hyena hole. Do you remember this now? Hi, Sander. Hi, Sander family. So the little brother hid in the hyena hole so he wouldn't have to go to school. And then Joseph, the brother who really wanted to go to school, volunteered. And he went to school. And now he makes a difference. Now he builds schools for the people in Africa, so they don't have to travel 600 miles to go. So do you remember that? Anyway, they lived in huts made out of cow poop. Just saying. Do you remember that? Right? Best biography and autobiography ever. Okay, maybe not. We're about to read When Pigs Took Over. You remember that one? That's going to be a good one. What do you do in 4th grade? Is that recess? I think I'm teaching kids then, probably. Yahoo! Boop! Well, we had art today in our class. And Miss Amore let me borrow this book called When Pigasso Met Mootise. And she let me borrow it. And her sons, Ben and Adam, let me borrow it. And so this is what we're going to read tonight, because we had art today. So I think it's about 2 artists, and maybe they have like an art battle, right? So, yeah, a piggy, Pigasso. You had music at school. Are we going to take a test? Not tonight. Good news there. No test. That's Jocelyn that said Yahoo poop. Of course it is. Thank you, Jocelyn. All right, so let's meet Pigasso and Mootise. A pig and a cow. You guys get it? You will. I'm going to take off this cover so we don't have to hear that. Rihanna, did I teach you to start a sentence like that, or is that something your 4th grade teacher taught you? I think I would like to take credit for that amazing sentence you just messaged. In my opinion, I think it's about an artist you think it's about 2 artists that work together. She started out, in my opinion. Wow. Oh my goodness. So impressive. A+. 4. You got it. Anytime you want to start out a sentence with, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. How excited am I going to be? It's the little things. All right, here we go. It's looking funky. What is going on in this painting? There once was a young pig named Pigasso. While the other piglets rolled in the mud and played games, Pigasso painted. He painted anything and everything, and in a most unusual way. That is pretty unusual, isn't it? I'm thinking, look at that. At the same time, there was once a bull named Mootise. Mootise was not like the other bulls. He wasn't interested in bullfighting. Mootise was happy only when he painted pictures, and he painted big, bold, bright pictures. Oh, look at that cow relaxing. In time, word of Pigasso's talent spread throughout the big provinces. Soon, art-loving pigs from all over lined up to buy his creations. Look at those very fancy pigs. And a wolf. At the same time, Mootise was getting famous in the cattle community. There weren't many households that didn't own a moosterpiece. It's backwards for you, but that's silly. Moosterpiece. Pigasso and Mootise were becoming art superstars, but this came with a price. Everybody wanted to see them. Art buyers, art sellers, art students, art historians, art groupies. It was an art attack. There's me when I come to school on a Friday morning. One day, Pigasso got fed up and said, "I'm tired of this noisy pig pen." At the same time, Mootise declared, "I'm sick of this crowded cow town." Needing a change, they both decided to look for a peaceful place where they could paint without distractions. They are both angry and fed up with where they live. So each of the two artists looked far and wide for the perfect spot. Pigasso found a lovely farm looking towards the east. Mootise found a handsome farm facing the west. After Pigasso moved in, he went to introduce himself to his new neighbor across the road. So his house is very much in the style that he paints in, isn't it? Like, very, I don't know what the word is, shapy. And then this one, at the same time, Mootise went to introduce himself to his new neighbor across the road. That is how Pigasso met Mootise. And coincidentally, that is how Mootise met Pigasso. And now look at his style. They're a little different. He has like outlines around everything in black, I've noticed. And it's, the shapes are kind of off. And then he does not have everything outlined. And very different types of houses here. At first, Pigasso and Mootise were friendly and welcomed each other as neighbors. But soon, things began to change. So there they are. Look what I can do. Well, look what I can do. So they both painted the same thing. What did they paint? What is it? Can you tell what they painted? Can you see an apple and a banana and a watermelon? Pear? Maybe? Avocado? Can you see? No, that's a pear. Can you see the same things over here? You think you're going to be correct for the plot, huh? Just you wait. Whoa, look at everything happening. Yeah, you were right. It was fruit in a bowl. Look at everything happening in this picture. This looks like a mess. Does this look like two artists working together? Does it really? It started one day when Pigasso criticized one of Mootise's paintings. Criticize means that you are saying negative things about it. Then Mootise made fun of one of Pigasso's. Mootise called Pigasso an art hog. Then Pigasso called Mootise a mad cow. Mootise quipped, "You paint like a 2-year-old." Pigasso retorted, "You paint like a wild beast." Mootise raged, "Your colors look like mud." Pigasso spat, "Your paintings look like color by numbers." Then things got really out of hand. I would like to apologize to all 2-year-old artists out there. You are amazing, and 2-year-olds are awesome artists, and you keep doing your thing. Oh, no. You can barely see them. They have made a mess. What a disaster. It was a modern mess. I could barely tell there were words there. Pigasso stormed off into his house. "That Mootise doesn't like my art," he huffed. "Well, I'll show him." And Mootise bullied his way into his house. "I'll give that Pigasso something he can really criticize," he snorted. Then a full-scale feud erupted, but it was a most unusual battle. Armed with ladders and buckets of paint, Mootise launched the first attack. He started at dawn. By the end of the evening, he had succeeded in transforming the outside of his house into a monster-sized moosterpiece. So, he has painted himself. He's all black with a red udder. And you can see his door, his front door is his leg. So he's painted his house like him. And now we're looking at Pigasso. Oh, wow. Not to be outdone, Pigasso fired up his paintbrushes and in full view of the enemy, counterattacked. He turned his farm into a huge and outrageous pork of art. The two artists then retreated into their houses and pulled down the shades. Pigasso certainly didn't want to look out his window and stare at a Mootise, and Mootise had no desire to give his rooms a view of Pigasso. So now they're across the street. They had cute little homes, and now they're making each other look at their own art. Oh, what is happening here? Are they building a fence? What is this? This presented a problem, and there seemed to be only one solution. Without a word to each other, Pigasso and Mootise each began to build a huge wooden fence down the middle of their road. Wow. They really don't want to work together right now, do they? You have a new plot. At first, Pigasso and Mootise seemed satisfied. Both artists went back to painting by themselves. Wait, I didn't miss anything, right? Nope, they just built their fence. So now they don't see each other. They're separate. Their lives can go on. At first, Pigasso and Mootise seemed satisfied. Both artists went back to painting by themselves. But after a while, Pigasso was surprised to find that he missed that bull-headed Mootise. And at the same time, Mootise found his studio empty without the presence of a pig-headed Pigasso. Even though he called him a pighead. Pigasso pondered, that Mootise isn't such a bad artist. He has some interesting ideas. Mootise moaned, that Pigasso may not paint like me, but he knows what he's doing. So there they are. Now who are they painting? This is Pigasso painting Mootise. And here's Mootise painting Pigasso. Read my plot, Mrs. Bennett. In my opinion, I think it is about to be different types of painters that think they are better than each other. Awesome. Okay, let's find out if you're right. However, being naturally pig-headed and bull-headed, neither artist knew how to apologize to the other. So they did what they do best. They let their paintbrushes do the talking. Pigasso painted on one side of the fence and Mootise painted on the other. Each worked until they were exhausted. It was strangely quiet when they were done. So they can't see each other. There's their fence, but they're each painting something on the other side of it. Then, curious to see what Mootise had been doing, Pigasso sprinted around to the other side. At the same time, Mootise galloped over to Picasso's side. The silence was broken as the two artists began laughing at their amazing work of heart. A work of heart, you guys. Rihanna, you are so good at changing plots. Plot twist. From that day on, Pigasso and Mootise became great friends. They happily took down the fence and shared their different views. A few months later, a big museum bought the fence. Pigasso called his side when Pigasso met Mootise. Mootise called his side when Mootise met Picasso. Oh, there they are in their painting. You got your ability to change plots in the last second from me? Wow, that's amazing. The critics called it incredible. Look at all those people. Rihanna, your plot in the beginning was the rightest one of all. In the end, they worked together as a team. I don't think you learned that from me. I think you just know it. So then there's a true story of Picasso and Mootise. That's what he looked like in real life. Just kidding. Very different styles of painters. But here's the real story. So, here's some fiction. Here's some nonfiction with your fiction. Picasso and Mootise were not a pig and a bull. Imagine that. But they were characters. They were two of the finest artists of the 20th century. While they were never neighbors, they became close in the small world of art. Henri Mootise was born on December 31st, 1869 in France. Mootise didn't want to be an artist when he was little. He studied to be a lawyer. But when he was 21, he got sick with appendicitis. While he was getting better, he painted his first painting. He liked painting so much that he ended his law career. Pablo Picasso, that guy, so that was Mootise. I had appendicitis and then I wanted to be an artist. And now Picasso was born on October 25th, 1881 in Spain. His father was an art teacher who helped Picasso start painting when he was very young. It was soon obvious that he was very talented. Picasso studied painting in Barcelona and Madrid, two big cities in Spain. But as he was growing as an artist, Picasso decided to move to Paris, which was and still is a great city for art. That is where Picasso met Mootise. Both Picasso and Matisse were gaining recognitions as artists in Paris. In fact, 2 Americans named Leo and Gertrude Stein, who lived there, started collecting their paintings. In 1906, Gertrude Stein had a party, and that is where Picasso and Matisse met for the first time. At first, Picasso and Matisse were friendly to each other. They even traded paintings. Matisse also gave Picasso an African mask, which inspired him to paint in a primitive style, a style he became very famous for. But soon it became apparent that Picasso and Matisse were becoming rivals and competitors. Picasso said some bad things about Matisse's paintings, and Matisse said some bad things about Picasso's, but over time the 2 artists learned to respect each other and became lifelong friends. They both owned many of each other's paintings. Matisse once told Picasso, "We must talk to each other as much as we can. When one of us dies, there will be some things the other will never be able to talk of with anything else." Matisse died in 1954. Picasso died in 1973. But their art lives on in many museums, galleries, and private collections around the world. Oh, best friends. So that was interesting that they said, when one of us dies, there will be some things the other will never be able to talk of with anyone else. Probably because no one understands what their lives was like more than each other, right? So, have you ever had a friend where you're like a little bit competitive with them, but you're still friends? But you're competitive, but you're still friends? Right? So maybe it's okay to have friends you're a little competitive with, because maybe it makes you both better at something. Have you ever thought of that? So as long as you aren't doing the part where you're like saying mean things to each other, but if you're like competing with each other to do well in sports or to get good grades, maybe it kind of makes you do better, as long as you both cheer for each other and root for each other too, huh? Because otherwise it can be mean. We don't want to do that. Did I miss anything while I was reading? I did see, why is everybody texting people's names? I see some pictures, some emojis, some love. Thank you. We're all saying hi to each other, some farm animals. Oh, Pigasso and Mootise. I'm scrolling, so it looks like I'm just staring, but my finger's right here and I'm scrolling through your messages. Wow. Okay. You guys were a little chatty group tonight. I'm glad you were able to catch up. It's not everyone gets to see each other all the time. But you can here. You can see each other's names here. All right, guys. It's 8:30. I'm the best? Me? You are. You're the best. It's time for bed. As always, I say, go to bed nice for your parents. Don't ask them for a whole bunch of things trying to stay up later. I'm watching. Don't ask for that extra glass of water. Don't keep sneaking out of bed. Put that iPad away. Get some good sleep so that we can have one more day before the weekend. You're so welcome. I will talk to your teacher. I will. And Abby has no school tomorrow. So Abby, you stay up, girl. You stay up and read. Read a good book. Isn't that a good idea? It is. Okay, you guys. Good night. And I love you all. And I will see you soon. All right? Wave to me if you see me outside or in the hallways. All right? Yay! Full moon tomorrow. Full moon. Kids get crazy when it's a full moon. Be nice. Your teacher needs you to be nice. Okay. Bye. Mwah. Full moon, be nice.